Hey guys, what's up again? It's me, John Avenger, and this is another review of movies from the 2000s. And this is a different kind of a pick because it's a documentary that came out in the 2000s. It came out in like 2004, and it's of my favorite franchise of all time. Yes, sir. And it counts because it came out in 2004 when the DVD came out, and I'm going to review it right now. It's a 2.5 hour in-depth documentary that's one of the best documentaries I've seen, and it gives you all a lot of information that even this new movie didn't get, and I'm glad it didn't. And that is Empire of Dreams. This is the bonus disc of the original Star Wars trilogy. This is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. It's on the disc right here. See, look at that artwork. This beautiful artwork. The Empire of Dreams is let's see, the Force is with them. Legacy, Battlefront game demo, trailers. Here it is, Empire Dreams. Is that right here? Yeah, this documentary just it kicks ass. This is exactly what I want as a Star Wars fan. It gave me all of the information about the original trilogy, the ones that count, the only ones that are completely perfect, that have no flaws for me. Even though they talk about the problems that they had when they filmed in Tunisia before they stole that in the new movie. Oh, Jakku, it's an Asian Tatooine. Anyway, I'm not. That's not a rant on that. That movie already got enough attention from me. This is about Empire Dreams. George Lucas explains how how hard it was to work on the original trilogy. That how he had like chest pains when he worked on A New Hope, which is the real deal, and that he couldn't direct the other two films, so he hired a director, which was a good idea because he hired Irving Kershner to do Empire Strikes Back, and it's still one of the best movies of all time, not just a Star Wars movie, but of all time. Then you have then he also hired Richard Marquardt, who passed away right after he did Return of the Jedi. Rest in peace, sir. That's my favorite movie. Nothing will ever be as good as that. And then he talks about how he casted the roles for Luke, Han, and Leia, and finding Chewbacca, and the way they did the special effects because there were no big special effects in the 70s, and about how releasing it was a big pain in the ass because of the studio. Yeah, because 20th Century Fox didn't give them any favors. They were over budgeted and over scheduled, and they had to go from location to location. This was before CGI did everything for you. So Lucas did it the hard way without having a bunch of green screen and special effects that are that are not going to hold up in 20 years. These effects still hold up in the original trilogy. He talks about his experiences, and there's interviews with other producers and directors, and the special effects team, the sound editing. Ben Burt did some of the greatest sounds ever, like in the history of film. He did sounds for Indiana Jones and for Willow and E.T. and the original trilogy. He just is a master of sound. How he got the score for this. The freaking epic music done by John Williams. John Williams is amazing. His score, it brings the movie to life. Without the score of Star Wars, that opening credits will just be a soundless, words coming in front of you. And this is an in depth. It says everything you need to know about the original trilogy. And I haven't seen the other stuff on the Blu-ray, which isn't. This is not on the Blu-ray, so I keep this. And just it gives me exactly what I want. As soon as it starts, it shows clips. It says, "I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you." Yeah, I'm sorry, J.J. Abrams. You are never going to use Luke the same way that George Lucas, Irving Kershner, and Richard Marquardt did, because Hamill in his prime can kick anybody's ass, and he is Luke Skywalker. Like, there's nothing you can do in the next two movies that you produce or whatever that is going to make me love the character even more. Luke in this trilogy is, he's a character that I can get back, that I can get behind. I cannot get behind a hobo that's supposed to be a girl version of Luke, because guess what? Originally in Lucas's script, if you didn't know this, Luke was supposed to be a girl. Luke Starkiller. Starkiller is the name of the freaking Death Star wannabe in The Force Awakens. See, everything came from this and the Droids cartoon. Kylo Ren was originally Kybo Ren Cha in the Droids cartoon. See, I know that because I'm a Star Wars fan. I will always be a Star Wars fan. And this goes in depth on how they got Yoda's face. They got it from one of these guys that had like wrinkles on his face, and they got it. And the way they did the puppeteering for Empire Strikes Back, that they had to make it work so that Yoda could be a likable character, and he became beloved after that. And the lines for these freaking movies, how people just kept going to see it, and the merchandising, how they didn't get toys ready for Christmas that year, so they had to give them a IOU and give them the toys a year later. Nowadays they release toys months before the movie comes out, which is bullshit. I think they should release the toys when the movie comes out, not 3 or 4 months ahead, because it cheapens it for me. And how the movie became a box office smash, and how it gave the stocks went up for the freaking for 20th Century Fox that year, and how it just took the world by storm, and the stories stuck with people. That's what these original movies did, that some people were missing in the prequels and even in these new films. Sorry, you can't touch a classic. Classics will live forever, and this documentary definitely shows that. And there's passion. They're not just talking, oh, it was a pain. No, Lucas put everything he had into that movie, and it worked. And it's his universe. No one, everybody else that's doing these new movies is just borrowing from Lucas. You can give shit to Lucas all you want, but he created the universe of Star Wars. It's his universe. It's his characters. It's his story. It's his mythology. He created it. Nobody else did. Not J.J. Abrams, not Gareth Edwards, and certainly not Rian Johnson, who's directing the next one. Well, I'm not going to give him crap because I haven't seen Looper, but it's Lucas's world, baby, and you just happen to live in it. And, this documentary goes in depth. I love it. I love how they talk about when 1997, when they re-released it, and kids of my generation went to go see it in the theater. I didn't get to see the original trilogy in the theater. I hope I do one day, because that's one of my things on my to-do list. And the film is 2.5 hours long. It goes very in depth. If you want to know about the original trilogy, with each passing detail, watch this documentary. You will not regret it. It is awesome. And you can watch it on YouTube for free if you don't have the DVD, because it's worth it. It's worth every second, because it's my favorite franchise of all time. It will never die. Once these new films are over, people will say, you know what? I want to go back and watch the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. The ones that are perfect. The ones that can never be touched. The ones that no movie can tarnish. Rogue One is not going to tarnish this trilogy. Not going to happen. No. Jyn Erso die. Darth Vader's going to rule. End the story. But anyway, I love this documentary. It's not a rant on a documentary. It's a rant on just, what Disney... You can't touch this. You can't. You don't even release this movie anymore, this Empire Dreams, because it came in the box set from 2004, which I have. And, like I said, Empire Dreams, it was, it's a making of that's completely interesting. All the talking, it's just talking. There's not really action. It's a documentary, but it works. It's not boring. It's awesome. And I love this. And for the movies of the 2000s, it counts because it came out right before the 2000s were over. So, and, I respect the hell out of this franchise, and, you can't do better than this. You just can't. If they did a documentary on episode 8 or 9, it will not be as interesting. It said, oh, yeah, look at the green screen that these people were near, or the new locations that are just rip-offs of the original. Yeah, sorry, you can't have as many problems as this did, because this did it practically. It did it with practical sets and locations and costumes and props and freaking, spaceships and everything. It did it the right way, and it did it all the way, and it pushed through. And this documentary was completely worth my time and my money. And, I can watch it over and over again because it's that interesting. So that's Empire Dreams. It's a fantastic documentary for as Star Wars fans. We should watch it all together and praise it because it deserves it. And it's what I wanted in a bonus disc. It didn't just have 5 minutes. No, it's in depth, and it's nearly a definitive talk on the original trilogy, which I respect the hell out of. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm biased, so I'm gonna praise anything Star Warsy from the original, especially when it's done right, because lately, other films have become more my Star Wars, like Civil War and Guardians of the Galaxy. But that's another talk for another day. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks, liking, subscribing, commenting. I hope you watch this documentary. It's worth every single moment. And respect the original trilogy, because it set the standards for films for today. And that I cannot say enough about that. But anyway, later, guys.